Dan Sinnott here again, and thank you again for accessing this message. Today I'm going to share some information with you that is contained in my new book, The Intersection. As I mentioned before, the book is focused on succession planning, and that's a topic that's near and dear to my heart for three reasons. One, in my own career, I was very fortunate to benefit from succession planning in the organizations that I worked in. In fact, I was able to become a CEO by the age of 39. Second, on the opposite side, I have worked in organizations that have been tremendously negatively impacted by not having succession planning due to the cost of not having the leaders ready for the next level. And third, when I think about how I was raised, my father always said, if you can help somebody with their career, you can help them for life. So that is one of the reasons why I've decided to focus in on this topic, which I hope that you find to be very helpful. Now you may be asking the title, where does this come from? Well, if you think about an intersection, it has four parts. And the top part, the top right part, is for that person that has extreme success in their career. The top left part is a visual that somebody starts out well and then self-destructs. The bottom left part is somebody that starts out bad and keeps on getting worse. And the bottom right quadrant is somebody that starts out bad but turns it around. And so the book is about those characters. And I actually got the idea for the title after watching the movie Castaway. And if you remember at the very end, Tom Hanks, who played the character who just returned after spending 4+ years on a deserted island, he was standing in the middle of this rural intersection trying to decide where he was going to take his career, what he was going to do next with his life. And I said, that's the same thing we do every day with our careers. We have to make decisions. And I hopefully will be able to help you with some of those decisions. So as we move forward with this, some of the messages that you'll find in the intersection have to do with career planning, which we talked about last week. We'll talk about the high cost of turnover. Also, we'll talk about the leadership equation. How, as you a leader, need to become successful. I'll also help you to understand how to make decisions and handle crisis. But one of the areas I just want to spend a little bit of time on today is, how do you solve problems? We in our life, especially in our corporate life, we're paid to solve problems. But oftentimes, if we're truly honest, we're only solving symptoms. We never really get to the root of the problem. So one of the ways that I believe you can do that is spend 50% of your time understanding the problem. That's right, 50% of the time. Too often times we think we understand it, we go off and rush to a solution, and it never gets fixed. So if you spend 50% of your time, how do you do that? Well, here's one simple way. Ask the why question 5 times. So you'll say, why did this happen? And you'll get an answer. Keep on digging, keep on digging, keep on digging. And here's a story that's actually in the book, but I wanted to share with you. And it's a story about a family that goes and visits the Washington Monument, and it was closed. And so the family member goes up, the father goes up and says, why is it closed? And the park ranger says it's closed for cleaning. So the father says again, well, why is it closed for cleaning? Well, because of pigeon droppings. So the father says, well, why are the pigeon droppings there? Well, the pigeons love to eat the spiders. So the father says, well, why are the spiders there? Well, they're there to eat the moss. And then finally the father says, well, why are the moss there? And they said, well, they're attracted to the lights we use in the monument. So the father says, well, let me get this straight. If you change the lights, you won't have the moss, you won't have the spiders, you won't have the pigeon droppings, and we wouldn't have to miss this popular monument being closed. And the park ranger said, yes. So the same relates to you and I. How do we solve problems? Well, spend 50% of your time understanding the problem and ask the why question 5 times. So I hope you found that little tip of value. And like I did last week, if you felt that it was of value, either to you, a coworker, family, loved one, friend, classmate, please share this information with them. I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you again for accessing this message, and I look forward to talking to you more next week. Have a great day.